Hello again, everybody. This is Alan Steinberg, the voice of dynamic political centrism, to introduce you to my new podcast, the producer of which is Dr. Yonatan Yaris, who is a doctorate of education, an expert on education, public and private, in both New Jersey and nationwide, and also has a particular expertise in the use of the internet in terms of political education and also campaigning. So that makes him a perfect producer of this podcast. The title is Alan Steinberg, that's me, the voice of dynamic political centrism, because underlying my beliefs is the philosophy that neither the left nor the right has a monopoly on either virtue or good policy. And in my life, I have taken to extract the best of both worlds. And to give you some examples of that, I had a very productive career, which I'm proud of, in both New Jersey and national politics. In New Jersey, I was the executive director of the New Jersey Meadowlands Commission, which is the most powerful land use commission in the world. That's the New Jersey Meadowlands Commission. And in the national sphere, I was the regional administrator of Region 2 EPA, which was in charge of all EPA enforcement and programs for the states of New Jersey, New York, the territory of the Virgin Islands and the Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, and 8 sovereign independent Indian nations. So that's my background. And when my career came to an end because of my retirement, of course, I decided to get into political journalism to basically stay relevant and to also be able to express my views on national and state politics. My background is I was a Republican for about 40 years, and I was very much a Reagan Republican and an Eisenhower Republican. I regard Eisenhower as one of our greatest presidents. However, when Donald Trump came on the scene with his misogyny and with his racism, and we see this now in the middle of this campaign, I left the Republican Party, but I'm not satisfied with the Democrats either because of their leftward fringe, which tends to be very weak on Israel. Although right now I am a tremendous advocate for Kamala Harris, who is an example of the dynamic centrism of the center left, and I think she would make a great president. But anyway, to give you some of my overall views, on our show, what we will do is we'll start off every show with a 10-minute editorial by me. And then we will have a guest who will either be for or against the views I've expressed, but I welcome debate and dialogue. To give you some of my views, I basically am a free market economist. However, I do favor a safety net. I do favor a safety net for senior citizens, such as Medicare and Social Security and the prescription drug program. But also, I do believe in a safety net for those of our society who are indigent. In terms of the foreign policy, I believe that foreign policy should be governed by national interest with a focus also on democracy, that it is in our interest to have democratic allies. I have a special focus on Israel because a lot of my family found refuge in the Jewish state after the Holocaust. I lost about a quarter of my extended family during the Holocaust. And I think Israel has really been a light unto the nations. And I believe that supporting Israel is very much in our national interest. In terms of the sociological issues in this country, I am very, very anti-racism and anti-xenophobia. And thus, Trump and the MAGA movement is anathema to me, and I focus especially on voting rights of those who have historically been subjects of discrimination. On immigration, I actually favor expanding immigration. It will enrich our country. However, we must enforce prohibitions against illegal immigrations, particularly at the border. On the environment, which was the major focus of my political career, I am very much for strong enforcement against environmental violators. I believe that we must do something to combat the danger of climate change. I think there is a way of doing it, however, that does not mean the destruction of our economy, nor does it mean in any way, shape, or form that we have to give up our economic competitiveness. However, I do favor the abolition of coal. I also very much am an advocate of academic freedom. And I think that academic freedom must be protected, but in a way to also protect those on campus who may dissent from the thoughts that are being expressed. I am, in my personal life, very much a fan of opera and sports, and so I'll comment on these areas as well. So I hope you will enjoy the podcast. You will be receiving the first podcast show in the near future. We hope to begin our recordings on October 8th. You'll get these by email, and I'd like you to get back to me with any comments, positive or negative, or suggestions you may have. My email is asteinberg, asteinberg, 613 at gmail.com. So I look forward to this podcast. Most of you have read my columns in both Substack and InsiderNJ.com, New Jersey's political, the leading New Jersey political website. And now it's a chance for me to communicate directly with you. So have a good night, a good week, and I look forward to being your new friend on the internet. Thank you.